Katt Williams wasn't just talking for shock value when he warned that certain names would never show up in that Diddy documentary. And now, it's officially confirmed. 7 major celebrities were quietly scrubbed out to shield some of the industry's most protected power players.
Listen, in 20 years, won't do an interview. Nobody's ever talked to her, and that she's never been interviewed anywhere. And now, understand, I'm not talking about one person. What I just told you applies to 7 people. How they all end up with that. That's part of what you get. I came in this business saying I was going to expose. When I talked about Michael Jackson, when I talked about R. Kelly, they canceled me for these things because why would you talk about another black dude? Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side. And we don't care nothing about the other side, period.
The documentary produced by 50 Cent definitely put Diddy on blast, but it very carefully steered around certain high-profile names. And honestly, that's where the real story begins today. So let's start with the very first name that mysteriously vanished from the documentary without a trace.
All of these big dick deviants is all catching hell in 2024. It's up for all of them. It don't matter if you Diddy or whoever you is. TG Jakes, any of them. All lies will be exposed. That's all. And anyone who takes that the wrong way, know why they take it the wrong way. The truth is the light.
The first major name missing from the documentary is Snoop Dogg, and that silence sparked instant questions. Snoop and Diddy have decades of overlapping history. Parties, business moves, exclusive industry events. These two weren't casual acquaintances. They moved inside the same protected celebrity circle for years. When Diddy climbed, Snoop climbed too, which is exactly why it's bizarre that Snoop's name didn't appear once. Ally Carter, who claims to be a survivor of Diddy's parties, even said Snoop held more power and protection than Diddy himself. When those allegations first surfaced, people mocked her, attacked her, tried to shut her down. Folks chose entertainment over uncomfortable truth.
Everybody knew that Snoop Dogg, not again, mentioned him in December of 2020, but everybody beat the hell out of me. Screw you, that can't be true. What the hell do I know, right? And then recently it just came out again that Snoop Dogg got accused of actually trafficking children. And what did everybody do? Ooh, Snoop Dogg is at the halftime. I'm going to the halftime. But we can't have Dr. Seuss.
But here's what nobody wants to admit. Snoop's public image is still shiny, untouched, and heavily protected by mainstream media. That kind of immunity isn't accidental in Hollywood. So why would 50 Cent completely delete Snoop Dogg from the documentary with zero explanation? Because exposing Snoop means going up against a system that keeps certain figures permanently shielded. Putting him in the documentary could have sparked lawsuits, massive backlash, or even shut down distribution entirely. Some names are simply too connected to touch, and Snoop Dogg is one of them. The next major name missing from the documentary is Usher, and his absence carries a deeper backstory. Usher lived with Diddy as a teenager during what was called Puff's Flavor Camp. In old interviews, Usher admitted he witnessed things he still can't fully explain publicly.
Moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. I mean, but hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
He described that time as confusing, overwhelming, something he would never allow his own child to experience. And honestly, that alone explains why reopening that chapter would be extremely uncomfortable today.
14 years old. You're a dad now. Would you ever send your kid to Puffy Camp?
Hell no.
Years later, it was Usher who introduced a very young Justin Bieber to Diddy. A move that looks a lot more unsettling now, considering everything that's coming to light. Usher has even hinted that he regrets some of the choices he made early in his career.
I don't know if I could indulge and understand what I was even looking at. It was pretty wild.
So nobody tried to, some woman didn't come along.
I ain't say that.
Okay.
His silence today doesn't feel like guilt. It feels like someone trying to protect himself from reopening old wounds. If Usher had been included, the documentary would have been forced to confront painful, unresolved questions. Sources say producers kept his story out because it crosses into territory far too dark for mainstream audiences. This wasn't about shielding a powerful insider. It was about preventing re-traumatization. Bringing Usher in would have shifted the entire documentary from scandal to something much more disturbing. His absence feels intentional, careful, and honestly necessary. This next one, it feels extremely calculated. Kevin spent years inside Diddy's inner circle during the height of those wild party years. He was at Flavor Camp, he showed up in old behind-the-scenes footage, and one viral clip even caught him nervously joking while backing away from a bed on camera. That moment aged horribly once the allegations around Diddy exploded.
When you hosted for Diddy, did you catch any baby oil?
I hosted for Diddy. Kevin, come here. Can you go get some girls so we can be in the bedroom with some girls? Let's get some girls up here, please. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. You asking the wrong person the wrong question. That's like your question. Say pause. Don't acknowledge it. There's nothing to do with me and Puff. Nothing to do with me and Puff right now.
Fast forward to recently, Kevin hosted the BET Awards and cracked jokes that sounded a lot less like comedy, and a lot more like coded warnings. He specifically joked about avoiding after-parties because that's where things get slippery. That wasn't random. Kevin was speaking without speaking, he knows too much, and that's exactly why his name never appeared in the documentary. Including him would have opened a flood of dangerous questions about what he witnessed, what he ignored, and what he's still protecting. Kevin is tied into comedy, Hollywood, and major entertainment power networks. Exposing him would have pulled entire industries into the spotlight. Protecting Kevin meant protecting a lot more than just Kevin. Meek Mill is another name completely missing from the documentary, even though everyone knows how close he and Diddy were.
Hey, what's up, King Son? Man, you doing it, man. You deserve it, Daddy. You putting in that work. Proud of you. I love you. Yeah.
Meek has been connected to Diddy's circle for years through parties, industry events, and non-stop online rumors. Those whispers exploded when an explicit audio clip surfaced allegedly featuring Meek and another voice. The clip spread fast, then disappeared even faster, which only made social media even louder with speculation.
They had a recording of Meek and Diddy
making love?
I don't know if it was love.
Okay, you have it? Let's hear it.
What?
Yo, wait a minute. Wait, ha!
You didn't hear this?
No!
Now, Miran, what does that sound authentic?
Play it for him again.
Oh my God.
You get these vulnerable people, parents are letting you do this because they want to make it so badly, and then you record them probably and say, if you do anything, we got this on you.
Commentators claimed the second voice in that clip sounded like Diddy, but no one has ever verified that publicly. That uncertainty alone creates massive legal risk for filmmakers, streaming platforms, and global distributors. Meek denied everything and even offered to fund an investigation to clear his name. Including unproven audio like that would have triggered instant lawsuits and could have shut the documentary down worldwide before it ever premiered. That's why producers quietly cut Meek as active, wealthy, and legally aggressive, making him one of the most dangerous names to include. Unlike victims, Meek sits in a position where accusations spark counterattacks, not public accountability. The next missing name is Maze, and honestly, this one is the most unsettling. Maze wasn't some background artist. He was in the center of Diddy's bad boy era. He lived inside the business, the music, and the party culture every single day. If anyone knows what really happened behind those doors, it's Maze. Yet every time Diddy's name comes up, Maze stays disturbingly quiet. It took him nearly a decade just to escape Diddy's contract, which already raised major red flags. And even after gaining his freedom, he never truly exposed anything in one radio interview. Diddy loudly declared Maze was finally free, but Maze's reaction was nervous, shocked, and overly grateful, like he still needed permission. Viewers felt uncomfortable watching that moment years later. Maze even joked he wasn't used to Diddy doing something good, and that alone spoke volumes. A man surprised by fairness after decades? That tells its own story. Including Maze would force the documentary to confront silence, fear, and long-term influence. Now, Clive Davis is easily the most powerful name missing from the entire documentary. He's not just another exec. He is a foundational architect of the music industry. Clive shaped careers, controlled labels, and influenced generations for over 50 years. Diddy didn't rise alone. He rose inside a structure Clive helped build. That hierarchy explains exactly why Clive's name was nowhere in the film. Katt Williams has said it repeatedly. Diddy was never at the top of the pyramid. So if Diddy was the worker, who was the boss? Industry insiders often point to executives who remain off camera while others take the heat. Clive fits that description perfectly. When scandals hit, people like Clive stay untouched because exposing them would shake entire industries. That he's discovered megastars, controlled media institutions, and shaped award shows and streaming platforms. Including Clive wouldn't just implicate him, it would question the entire machine behind the scenes. That level of exposure would have made distributing the documentary nearly impossible. At that height of power, silence becomes survival. And that's why Clive Davis was removed before editing was even finalized. The final name missing from the documentary is Justin Bieber, and his absence feels intentional and protective. Unlike the others, Justin is seen as a victim who was pulled into Diddy's world as a child. Old clips show Diddy bragging about having temporary custody of Justin, and even back then, viewers found those moments uncomfortable.
So check this out, yo. Justin, you ever seen the movie 48 Hours? Right now, he's having 48 hours with Diddy, him and his boy. They're having the times of their lives, like, you know, where we hanging out and what we doing. We can't really disclose, but it's definitely a 15-year-old's dream. You know, I have been given custody of him. You know, he signed to Usher. I had legal guardianship of Usher when you know he did his first album. I did Usher's first album. I don't have legal guardianship of him, but for the next 48 hours, he's with me. So and we gonna go full crazy.
Going crazy.
Crazy.
I'm taking this out tonight.
What you wanna do? What you wanna do over the next 48 hours?
48 hours. Let's go. Let's just go get some girls. Let's go get some girls.
Man after my heart. That's what I'm talking about, kid.
Those old clips didn't just age badly. They look flat out disturbing now that new allegations have surfaced. People are rewatching that footage with completely different eyes. Justin spent key parts of his childhood living around major industry figures, a time he later described as confusing and overwhelming. And recently, every time paparazzi try to bring up Diddy, Justin shuts it down instantly. Not with anger, but with that tired, emotional tone of someone who's protecting their peace. He said he moved on, and you can tell he meant it.
You want money, 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 money. Money, get out of here, bro. Money. All you want, don't care about you. All you want is money. Go, get out of here. All you guys want is money. Money, 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 money. Money, money, money. Get out of here, bro. Get out of here, money. That's all you care about, money? That's all you care about, guys. It's money. You don't care about people. Only money. Only money. No people.
That response wasn't avoidance. It was someone guarding old scars. And that's exactly why 50 Cent decided not to insert Justin into the documentary. It wasn't about shielding a superstar. It was about not exploiting the trauma of someone who was a kid when all this happened. Dragging a child's experience onto a global stage opens doors to re-traumatization, lawsuits, and emotional consequences you can't take back. Sources say the Justin segment actually existed in early cuts, but the editors removed it after realizing how dangerous and unethical it would be. Leaving Justin out was one of the few lines they refused to cross. It showed that not everyone in Diddy's orbit had power. Some were victims. And honestly, I respect 50 Cent for choosing compassion over clicks, views, and shock value. Do you think 50 made the right move by keeping Justin's name out of it?